understand that the devil knows how to masquerade. He knows how to purport. He knows how to disfigure and look like God, and yet in reality it is not God. So you must always distinguish. That's why the Bible goes on to say, my sheep, they hear, they know, and they follow my voice. You've got to understand the voice of your master. Otherwise, Satan also can masquerade as the master. And if you're not used to your master, Satan will deceive you. Satan will always ruin your life. Satan will always lead you to error. He will always lead you to prune. He will always make you to be vulnerable of God's real voice. So, how can you understand the voice of God? Get in touch with the word of God. Read it. Feed on it. I don't know how to live without the word. I have the word on my phone. I have the word on my iPad. I have the word in my Bible, physical. And then you know what? Virtually, I always share the word of God because I can't live without the word of God. How can you live? How can you spend the day without the word of God? Let me tell you this: you shouldn't read the word of God. You know what? When you are passionate about it, when you feel like, when you are fast, when you are hungry. No, sometimes you don't eat food simply because you are hungry. There are times whereby you eat food even without the appetite. But actually, it is recommended by the medics, it's recommended by the doctors that you must eat. And when you don't eat, you will starve. When you don't eat, you will always lack the energy. So sometimes you can go and then eat, not because you are hungry, not because you're having the appetite, but actually it is recommendable. So also, spiritually, you must read the word of God, whether you feel it or you don't feel it, whether you're passionate about it, because that is your life as a believer. That is your spiritual food. Whether you don't feel like praying, pray, because that is your spiritual medicine and then remedy. The Bible goes on to say that this was their light to them that find them, and their medicine to their bones. When you carry this word of God, it does give you medicine unto your soul. The word of God is a medicine. Sometimes our soul, they are savaged. They are always, distorted and then beaten down by the enemy. But when the word of God comes, it always brings healing unto our souls. Hey, that's why the psalmist goes on to say, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters, and he restores my soul. In other words, his soul is always, bewildered and then perplexed. But actually, when the word of God comes, it does always restores the souls, restore the fainted souls. That's why the Bible goes on to say that, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the poor, and to preach the opening of the prisons unto those who are bound, and to also preach the unacceptable year to those who are in captive. In Jesus' mighty name. That's why the Spirit of the Lord does. So get in hand with the word of God. That's why Apostle Paul is quick to tell us in the book of Acts chapter 20 and verse 32 that I recommend unto you the word of God, which is able to build you up and to give you an inheritance among those are sanctified. The word of God can sanctify you, and you shall be among those that are sanctified. When the word of God sanctifies you, you shall no longer be among the other people who have been separated unto execution, but you shall be among the people who have been separated unto perfection, in Jesus' mighty name. So to everybody, whereby you are experiencing imperfections within your life, whereby you have some flaws. No, the word of God is there to make you flawless, in Jesus' mighty name. You've been there and been struggling with some things. That's why the Bible goes on to say, how can a young man have a good way, have a godly character, walk in the ways of God by taking heed unto your word, because your word is a light, your word is a lamp unto my feet. And then he said,